Hello and welcome back to the Frugal Granny channel. I'm Frugal Granny and my name's Ali. I'm a 64 and 3/4-year-old semi-retiree and I'm documenting my retirement journey, so to speak, from the time that I retired from my office job until at least I get my state pension in 2 years' time at the end of July 2027. Today it's Saturday. And at last I'm going to do the promised wardrobe tour that some of you have been asking for. We're going into autumn and I think it's time to have a look and see what's in there in terms of what I can wear going forward and what was really office wear that I'm probably not going to get any more use from. For those who are new, please excuse the snoring in the background. That belongs to my two pugs. I'll just show you them right now. The one on the right is Kitty, who is 12 and 3/4, and Bella, my new pug of unknown age, probably about 4.5. Anyway, they're going to be watching, so if you hear any background noise, that's what it is. So this is my wardrobe. It's part of the Visdalen range from IKEA, like the rest of the furniture in my house. And here, hanging on the outside, are the two main items that I'm wearing at the moment. On the left, there is a seal dress from Fat Face, which I bought last year. I have two of those, and I was using those as spring and autumn dresses to go to work last year, but I'm also wearing them now. On the right, there is one of my denim dresses from 11 Loves. I bought two of those as an investment for wearing in retirement because they're hard wearing and versatile. And then to go with both of them, there's a little crossbody saddlebag there, which is great for hands-free when I'm dealing with dogs. That's about as much as I can get in that wardrobe, really. I've had to prop the doors open. But first of all, I just want to show you something that I've got on the left-hand door. And I keep it stuck to my wardrobe door so that if I'm tempted to buy something, then I ask myself these questions. Do I love the item or do I simply love the price? Does the item fit my current style? Does the item fit well and flatter my body? Can the item be remixed into multiple outfits? Does the fabric fit in with my lifestyle? Will I be able to wear the item for many years to come? And can I return the item if I change my mind? Great things to remember. And that was from a website called thewholehappylife.com. So I can't take any credit for that. The first items on the left of the wardrobe are my winter coat. I've got a sort of teddy bear jacket that I got from the supermarket a couple of years ago, which goes very well over all my dresses. And then there's a rather large Peter Storm anorak that I use for dog walking. And it's not very flattering, but it keeps the cold and the wet and the wind out. Then I have a series of cardigans that go with most of the outfits that I've got. As you can see, I tend to veer towards blue and neutral colours. So what I've got is a scoop-necked cotton cardigan from Orvis. I've had that cardigan for longer than I can remember. It's incredibly useful. It goes with absolutely everything. The next cardigan in is also a cotton moss stitch cardigan from Orvis. It's got a shawl collar. That one doesn't button up, which can be slightly annoying, and I'm looking for a kilt pin to remedy that. Then to the right of that there is a sort of V-neck cardigan in it looks like a crochet stitch, but it's not. And that one's from M&S. I've not worn it this summer. I'm going to keep it for now because it is a useful item and I think it will come back in. Then on the very far right, I've got a lamb's wool cardigan from Marks and Spencer's, which is actually a gentleman's cardigan. So I've had that now for 13 years. It's done really, really well. There's a few little holes in it now, but again, it's classic and that goes with everything. Then I have two seal dresses from Fat Face that I bought last year. The one on the left is burgundy and blue waffle checked dress, and I also bought a burgundy cotton vest to go with it. And the seal dress on the right is a autumnal colour checked flannel dress, and I have a neutral coloured cotton vest to go with that. And I can actually mix and match the vests between each one. There we are, I've swapped that round now. You can see that out of two dresses and two vests, I've actually got 4 outfits. I can also use these vests with the 11 Loves dress. There's the 11 Loves dress with the cream coloured vest, and also going back to the cardigans, I do like to wear that dress with the navy blue boyfriend cardigan. There it is with the navy blue boyfriend cardigan, which also goes with the seal dress. There we go, there's the seal dress with the blue cardigan. And then also I've got the burgundy cardigan that I bought the other week at the supermarket. There we go, so that's the burgundy cardigan on the seal dress. It's a bit matchy, but you know, I'm fine with that. It also goes with the 11 Loves dress. There we are, that's the burgundy cardigan with the 11 Loves dress. I might be dressing that up with a scarf or even beads. I've got some other beads as well that I wear with these outfits, but the clasp's broken at the moment. I just need to get that fixed. Then I have 2 lighter weight denim dresses that I used to wear regularly to the office. The one on the left is by Burgs, B-U-R-G-S. It's very lightweight. It's got a lovely pie crust collar and eyelet looped buttons down the front. The one to the right is a heavier denim, same sort of style, rounded collar with a V-neck, buttons down the front, and little triangular pattern on it. It's not hearts, they're triangles, and that one was by White Stuff. There you are, you can see the White Stuff dress now, and that's the one from Burgs. As you can see, I've found a style that I like and that I think suits me. It's sort of the V-neck with the buttons down the front, ruched under the bust, 3/4 length sleeves so that I'm not always rolling my sleeves up when I'm doing practical work. Then here I have 2 tiered denim dresses from 2 at Sainsbury's. I got these last year, and was it the year before in the summer, and they were the dresses that really started me down this scoop neck button front denim 3/4 length sleeve style. You can see they've been quite well worn. I've used them for gardening, dog walking, decorating, everything. So these really, I think, are now at the bottom of my heap, and if I need to do a task that I could end up getting paint on myself or dirty, these would be the ones that I would probably resort to. As you can see, I tend to buy things in twos. If I find something I like, I tend to buy two if I can afford it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that going forward, but I tend to buy two because it's not often that I find something I like at the right price. So when I do, I tend to get a backup. Here I've got two baby cord black button-fronted seal dresses from Fat Face. When I was at the office, these were taking over from the checked ones once the weather got cooler. Quite a few people would stop me and say, has somebody died? And I'd have to reassure them, no, they hadn't. And I was wearing these either with my brown boots and the brown crossbody saddlebag, or I also have some black boots in the same style and a black crossbody saddlebag. These are very comfortable, very easy to wear, easy to dress up. So, you know, they would be as good on Christmas Day as they would be going to the office. Having black dogs, black clothing is ideal, really. Then moving a little bit further into the colder season, I've got another corduroy dress there. Again, the same sort of style, V-neck, button front, gathered under the bust, 3/4 sleeve. And the blue patterned one is from Sea Salt. I got that incredibly cheaply on Vinted about a year ago, and I'd been watching it in the shops and thinking that I really couldn't afford that dress, and then I got it for some ridiculously cheap price off Vinted, and I'm super pleased with it. The one to the right with the black bodice is from Outerwear, and that again, it's printed corduroy in a block print style. You can see the block print there. It's got a very nice block print on the bottom of the skirt. I have to be quite honest that when I bought that dress, it was very long. I think it had another tier on the bottom of the skirt, and that was no good because I don't know if I've mentioned before, I used to cycle to work, and the dresses that I bought I needed to be able to cycle in them. Yes, I've taken about 3 inches up on that skirt, the equivalent of 2 of those horizontal patterns worth. And seeing that dress there next to the 11 Loves denim dress with the burgundy cardigan, I expect I could probably wear the burgundy cardigan with that. I also wear both of those corduroy dresses with the white cotton vest. There we go, and again I would probably wear that with my knee-length leather boots. Right, the dresses you can see on the screen now in the centre are both from Sea Salt. They are Isabel maternity dresses. Now, I know, but I know that sounds crazy that I bought maternity dresses, but they had a very full skirt. They were lovely and stretchy and comfortable. They were the right length. I was post-surgery at the time, and it meant that I could wear something that wasn't putting pressure on my abdomen. They do have a tie at the back that I didn't tie at the back, but I actually used to tie at the front. There we go, I've tied that one up a bit now so you can see, but it doesn't really work terribly well when it's not actually on a body or a mannequin. These are knitted jersey. They have got a faux wrapped neckline. I think I've stitched those up a bit because they were a little bit revealing. That one's got a pin in it. But when the weather got colder, I would either wear a grey, I was usually wearing a grey or a navy blue vest. By that I mean camisole vest underneath those. Again, I'd be wearing them with leggings, my tiered cotton petticoat and boots. And I've actually got 2 each of those dresses. I haven't worn these for a year or so now, and I did have the red one up on Vinted. I took it down again because it didn't sell. These two are definitely sort of verging on the way out. Basically because they're a size 16 and I'm a size 18 now. They don't really fit me. This dress here is a tiered cotton dress by Papaya from Maternity. It's got elasticated sleeves and a tied scoop neck front. I bought that to wear to work last summer because it was so hot, and this was lovely and loose and flowing. And I will be quite honest, I forgot this summer that I'd even got that, otherwise I would have worn it. So I will be keeping that for next year. Let me just show you the embroidery. Yeah, so that's actually all machine embroidered. I got that in a sale. It was incredibly good value. I think it was originally £32 and I got it about half price. I try very hard not to buy dresses at full price. The dresses in the middle now are cotton fit and flare dresses called Belle, and they are from Sea Salt. They've got a very 50s sort of feel about them. I used to wear these to work in the summer. I think I wore them for at least 2, if not 3 years. I've not worn them this year. They are a little bit too dressy, I think, now for the life I live. I did have another one in a sort of turquoise pattern that I sold on Vinted, and I think I actually had a duplicate of the one with the white poppies, which also I've sold on Vinted. But I'm going to hang on to these for a while and just see how we get on next summer. If I have an event I have to go to that I need to smarten up a little bit, then I would be able to wear these. Right, the dress in the middle now is polyester chiffon. Again, it's the same style, scoop neck, button front, gathered under the bust. Well, this one's got full length elasticated sleeves, and I got this one from Primark. I think this was about £18. It could have been £12. I've had it a couple of years. It was a lot longer and I had to cut quite a lot off the bottom and hem it. It's got an Indian hand block style pattern on it, and it's shot through with gold thread. The bodice is smocked, but that's my going out dress. I used to wear that to Christmas lunches, etc. when I was at the office, or if I was invited out to a dinner at somebody's house or something. I've not worn that for at least a year now. I honestly don't know if I will wear it again, but I'm keeping it just in case. I mean, it could be quite a good Christmas Day dress, or even if I have to go to a wedding. Then here we have the full-length evening dress that I wore to my college reunion. I think I've shown this to you before. That came off Vinted for £11. Absolute bargain. It's got an embellished lace bodice. It's got sequins on it and silver stitching, and it was perfect for that event. It's got a nice modest neckline. It's got shoulder straps that allowed me to wear appropriate foundation garments, and I'm keeping that for now. I very much doubt I'm ever going to need to wear that again. My life just isn't like that anymore, but it did its job for a very good price. Last but not least, this was the dress I wore to the college reunion about 5 or 6 years ago. It's a Gina Bocconi from John Lewis, and on the top there is an embellished evening jacket from Lawrence Kazar. I will be quite honest with you, I'm never going to wear this again. I think it's a size 14. I wore this the summer after my surgery. Since then, I've piled on the weight and I'm unable to wear this. I can't bear to part with it though. I really ought to sell that, but I really can't bring myself to do that at the moment. I wouldn't get much for it, and I just would like to keep that there for now. Right, I've got one other thing to show you. This is my Norwegian festdrakt, which is basically means a party dress. It's designed for non-Norwegian nationals to wear at celebratory occasions. Norwegians wear their national dress at celebratory occasions, and unless you actually hail from the valley or the town where the dress was designed, you're not really supposed to wear it. This dress, though, is designed for people who were not born in Norway and still want to participate in celebratory events. I hand embroidered this myself. It's got Norwegian bunad silver on it. Let me just get a bit closer and show it to you. There you go. There's the little neck tie, the breast brooch, the clasps and the chain that binds them up, the silver on the belt, and then the clasp on the pocket. There are also cufflinks for the shirt and matching earrings, but they're in a box elsewhere. There you go, you can see that. I stitched all of that myself, and I put the dress together myself. It comes as a kit. I think it's called the Silja Festdrakt. It comes in black, navy blue and bottle green, and I chose the navy blue. I can't get into this anymore. This is a size 14. Though the design of bunads is such that you can unpick the skirt and the bodice side seams and let them out. It's got a very generous amount of fabric in the side seams and in the skirt, and I could alter it if I wanted to, but I'm not really inclined to do so. Anyway, so that's a quick tour around my wardrobe. The practical things, the stuff that I wear every day, the things that I haven't worn for a while, the bits I really ought to have sold, and the fantasy items I keep just for the sake of it. And just so you can know who's been making all the background noise, here are the little princesses taking up residence on the bed. Someone on the left's looking very, very worried and sheepish. Kitty's very blasé though. Are you a good girl, Bella? Are you a good girl, Bella? Are you? Thank you very much for watching. I hope that satisfied your curiosity. As you can see, my wardrobe's quite practical. I do not wear trousers unless I'm at the supermarket, and then I've got some wide-legged, comfy waisted leggings from Marks and Spencer's that I am allowed to wear with my top and my supermarket vest, but otherwise I don't wear trousers anymore. I lived in jeans from my teenage years until just before my surgery, but after that I've not really been able to wear them anymore because it cuts in across my scars. But anyway, there you are. That's my wardrobe. You've seen it now, and as I said, I found a style that suits me, that I'm comfortable with, and I try and make sure that the items I buy mix and match with what I've got so that I can make the most out of the clothing I've got. Obviously I've got the festdrakt, which I keep because I'd like to think my daughter would keep that under her bed when I'm gone, but the red evening dress will probably end up in a charity shop at some point. I'm just keeping that for now, but otherwise, there you are. I don't think there's anything I really want to buy for the winter. Just need to make sure I've got enough gloves, probably, because I'm always losing gloves. And I need to just take a look at my footwear as well. But I have got boots. I'm just a bit concerned that as I get older, it gets more and more difficult to get the zipped up knee-length leather boots on. But we'll see how we go this winter, and we'll take it from there. But anyway, I'll see you again on Monday for the next Monday magazine. We'll continue on Monday where we left off last Monday. I've still got some preserving and cooking to do, and there's been a little bit more shopping. But until then, I hope you have a really nice weekend, and I hope you've enjoyed the wardrobe tour. Goodbye for now.